Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Chad. Today I'm going to talk about journaling. Yes, journaling. I think that it's a very overlooked aspect of self-improvement at times, especially probably more so among males than females. But I started journaling a while back, and what I basically do is I get up in the morning and I meditate every morning. I usually wake up around like 4 o'clock so that there's nobody around to disturb me. And I meditate, and then I write in my journal anything from what came up during meditation, what I'm looking to accomplish throughout the day. And then in the evening I will look at it, and then also I will write about what happened. And what I typically am looking for is, right now with myself, I'm kind of in the habit of watching the watcher, so to speak, and really trying to get rid of some of that like robot mentality that we all walk around with to some degree, and see where I could have been more compassionate throughout my day, see where I could have been more focused. And the idea behind this, I don't know, it stuck in my head years ago when I heard a quote from Peter Drucker that said, "What gets measured gets managed," because I used to just kind of blindly go through meditating and doing other practices as well. And I was never actually measuring anything, and I was never basically keeping myself accountable. And by doing this, I create some sort of personal accountability. And at the end of each day, what I do is I will write what I did improve upon, what I accomplished, and also what I need to improve upon. So, the way that I approach it, at least, is not necessarily to constantly be like patting myself on the back and saying "good boy," but at the same time not trashing myself, because you want to keep a balance of giving yourself props for what you've done, but then also acknowledging where you need to improve, and that's probably the more important aspect, because if we're constantly focusing on what we do well but never looking at what we should improve upon, we continue to walk blindly through life. So this just, you don't have to, I just chose to get this like fake leather bound thing, and that's what I enjoy using. It's probably better to write it out by hand, although I know Doogie Howser, for those of you who are old enough, typed it up on a computer. But you're probably better off writing it by hand than using computer or Evernote or anything like that, because when you're actually using your hands and you're writing, you're activating parts of your brain that kind of basically help you to absorb it better. Like, I know when I write for various things, I like to do it by hand and then put it on computer. Yeah, it's time suck, but that's just what I personally like to do. So that is that. And, it's good for if you want to keep a journal for, if you're into weight training, or you're just getting into having good dietary habits and changing things up. If you measure it, you'll manage it better. You'll get to see that, this gave me a stomach ache, or when I do these things, I tend to be an asshole throughout the day, or whatever it happens to be. So just play around with it, but also don't complicate things. Don't have 5 journals of different parts of your being going at one time, because then that turns into a real big time suck, and you can just oftentimes confusing yourself by trying to over self-quantify. That's that. I just wanted to also say that I started doing Periscope this morning. I'm going to experiment with that and see how it goes. I love video as a medium, and the kind of off-the-cuff aspect of Periscope, as well as the interactivity. I dig it. So if you want to check me out, that's my Periscope name. Hopefully you can read my horrible chicken scratch handwriting, but that's that. And I'll also post a link to my website, which is now finally up and running, and so that should be cool. I'm digging it. Anyways, talk to you later. Leave me some comments, like for those of you who do self-quantify, what do you do, and what have you found actually helps you out and has helped you to grow? Alright, take it easy.